Bangladesh's interim government has issued orders to recall envoys of 5 countries and world bodies to Dhaka, including the High Commissioner to India. The recall is part of a significant reshuffle. The mission leaders have been called back to Dhaka from India, United Nations, Australia, Belgium and Portugal. 3 other ministry officials have also been transferred by separate orders. The step follows the recall of Saida Muna Tasneem, the High Commissioner to Britain, who was similarly asked to return. The shake-up in the overseas missions comes as part of the changeover in the administration following the fall of the Sheikh Hasina-led government in August during the student-led mass uprising. A report in local media quoting a foreign ministry source said the 5 ambassador and high commissioners were all scheduled to go on post-retirement leave in December, meaning they were due to return home in December anyway. The report added that the move to recall them just 2 months before their retirements has resulted in some resentment and anger. For more on this, we are now being joined by our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhan Sibol, who is joining us live from New Delhi. Sidhan Sibol, good to see you. Maybe you can tell us about this recall and why some of these envoys and some of these countries are angry.
Well, this is not the first time that under the new UNIS administration that Bangladeshi ambassadors, envoys have been called back, have been withdrawn. In the past also this has happened. In fact, just before the current lot being asked to report back to Dhaka, we saw the Bangladeshi High Commissioner to London being withdrawn. Now, what is significant is the withdrawal happening from New Delhi. Now, there are 2 aspects to it. The number 1 aspect is India is an important partner in terms of Bangladesh relationship. We know the relationship is currently not quite in the positive trajectory, but all in all, we know that Bangladeshi side and Indian side, both sides know that realistically both sides are engaged with each other given the strong people-to-people relationship. So the fact that Bangladesh has said that it is withdrawing its ambassador is significant. The second important aspect is the current High Commissioner to New Delhi. He retires on 30th of December. So essentially just 3 months left and he's asked to report back to Dhaka is also indeed a political message. So essentially it will be something that will be closely watched, but not for the first time that we have seen reshuffle under the UNIS government when it comes to the foreign ministry.
Sidhan Sibol, one more thing. There is talk of the upcoming BIMSTEC, or the Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation Summit in Thailand, which is scheduled in November. And there is talk of whether the Prime Minister of India will meet Bangladesh's Yunus at the summit. Do you have word about this summit?
Well, essentially, first we need to know that who is hosting the summit. Thailand hosts the summit. It is the chair of the BIMSTEC grouping, and the next chair of the BIMSTEC grouping will be Bangladesh. We know that the summit was to happen earlier this year, but it could not materialize because of the political changes in Thailand. Now, essentially, the Bangladeshi side is keen that there should be a bilateral in-person meeting between UNIS and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We know that in New York there was no such meeting, primarily because of the scheduling issue. But essentially what the Bangladeshi Foreign Affairs advisor has said that there is a keenness from Dhaka for a bilateral meeting in Bangkok if the summit happens in November. Now, essentially no word from New Delhi has come, but it is too early to comment that if there will be a bilateral meeting or not. We know that both the foreign ministers met in New York on the sidelines of the UNGA. We also know both the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chief Advisor Yunus had spoken telephonically, but essentially that is the only conversation that has happened. The relationship still has a lot of chill. It will take some time that the chill goes away.
That is our Assistant Editor for Foreign Affairs, Sidhan Sibol, live in New Delhi. Thank you, Sidhan. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.